the channel for games, guides, and glitches. If you're a developer or publisher, feel free to contact me at the email, and to my regular viewers, please remember to subscribe, it really helps me out. Sunfall here with a guide for Rabbit Raid. So you can go into the settings, the audio, and you can change the music and sounds if you want. You can also view the controller, but it gives you a nice tutorial here. It's A to jump and RB or LB to run. And when you're in the water, it's hold A to jump. You can pick up plants and throw them with B and X. The lettuce is the best one because if you throw it, as you can see, it doesn't break. So we want to continue on. This is just a quick tutorial, just to give you the basics of the controls. Once you get to the end of the level, you'll have this thing where you have to push B, and then that will give you the next level. So to begin with, we've got this thing here that we have to put plants into. There's a little glitch I discovered. If you push B near the plant like so, you don't have to throw it in and risk destroying your plant that you're trying to put in. Makes it nice and simple. There's a bonus effect to this glitch too. It doesn't happen all the time, it only happens some of the times. I couldn't get it to happen consistently, but it's a pretty funny little glitch. So once I'm on the 5th vegetable, I'm going to grab the cabbage. And as you can see here, the cabbage is now on my head. That'll get you a health pickup, which you want to get. The main goal of doing this, I made sure not to do it too fast. I took my time, is to get as many berries as possible because we have to buy outfits. I ended up with only having to replay the first level twice to get the last berries I need for the last couple of outfits. This level we have to collect stars, so the first star is here. We need 3 stars, and we only need to do that once. After that, it's just about getting through the levels. I won't talk much after the initial first couple of levels, really, because there's no need. You just need to follow what I'm doing. I try and show you as many of the hidden locations as possible. There is a lot, and I probably miss a couple, but that's okay. Falling down here is the better option, as you can continue on. With the frog bad guys, you need to wait till they jump, or if you're fast enough, you can jump on them before they jump. If you need extra lives after the first level, you can actually replay it, and doing the basket gives you another life, and then during one of the sections there is a life that you can get there, so you'll get 2 lives a run, but you shouldn't need any extra lives. But I figured I'd mention it in case you do. This next section has one of those extra lives. Grab the carrot, and as you can see, the carrot changes with the lettuce if you have the glitch, which is kind of cool. We can't throw the carrot though, and we can do the same with the turnip. The turnip I think is pretty funny. As you can see, it's very easy to be damaged just by not hitting the bad guy enough. There is a star right there, so we want to grab that. I'm going to go back to the cabbage because the cabbage is funnier. There's some berries here as well. I'm sorry, it's this section that has the extra life. I said a section too early. But I mean, it's hard to remember. It's right there. So per run of this level you can stack lives and get 2 per run, but you have to do that 5 berries at the start, because instead of giving you a heart it will give you a life. So right here you can fall down and you can get a heart to replace one if you've lost one. Losing all 3 hearts will use up a life. As we go along we'll get more hearts, so we'll have more chances not to die. And with that, we're at the end. And we can push B to finish the level. And if you collected all 3 stars like I showed, you'll get the first achievement, which is excellent for earning 3 stars in any level. And now you don't have to worry about the stars. So this will introduce the bats. Bats are a little tricky. You might be better off picking up a fruit and throwing it at them, but you can land on them if you're careful. I knew there was a hidden area somewhere, I just couldn't remember if it was left or right side. Like so. That's how you can get rid of the flying enemies quicker if you want, but using a tomato, you only get 1 use, so if you miss, it breaks, unfortunately. Tomatoes aren't multi-use. As you can see, that was another extra life right there. There are a few hidden in the game. Sometimes it's better to use conveniently placed fruit to get rid of the enemies than try and land on top of them, because otherwise you'll do damage. As you can see, I'm at 1 heart, so I'm trying to be extra careful. Right here I can replace the hearts I lost. As you can see, it's very quick to lose all your health. And that's what happens if you die. It puts you back at the start, and you've got to race to where you were again. Sometimes I collect stars just because they're in the spot with all the berries, so it's more out of mere convenience than anything. So for this one, you gotta jump normally rather than run and jump. That's how you land on him. You can tell when I jump normally and when I'm holding in RB, because RB, he has his mouth open, whereas normally he closes it. As you can see, you can't make it. And you can't make it normally either. You need to run and jump from here if you've killed the bird. You can hold in X to change the aim of your throw as well, if you need to. And this introduces owls. Owls will often attack and can go through things, so even if you're below them in a different part of the level, if you activate them, they can still swoop down and get you. It can be really annoying, the owls. I wanted to show you the use of the X by holding it in, and as you can see, right here is a good spot to get the 4 in a row that you need, 5 jumps in a row that you need, but you need to kill all of them in a row. I personally don't like doing it here. It is easy to, but I have a different spot that I find much easier in a later level. As you can see, that was the owl right there. And as you can see here, you can take fruit into the other parts of the levels with you. It's actually very handy knowing this. It comes into comes useful later on. As you can see, the off-screen owl got me, unfortunately. But cannot be helped. So here we have another basket, so again push B near it and you'll drop the objects like so. So you want to jump up here like so, get these two, and you can also run and jump to get this life. Watch out for the owl. It's only got 2 uses before it breaks. Which, as you can see there, it broke. It's not really the best one to get. I would recommend getting the carrot over the turnip. And then taking it back to the basket. We have the lettuce with us, so that saves us finding another plant. And that gives us another heart. As you can see, that didn't do the glitch this time. Like I said, I'm not sure of all the factors involved to get it to appear on your head. But it's not a particularly useful glitch at the same time, because you don't want to not be able to throw the fruit at enemies in the later levels. It's more just for fun in the first level. Make sure to collect the heart if you need it. They're always handy. So this is the ruins. So what I just killed there is a dog. I wanted to mention them. They throw these bones. And these bones are very annoying because they can go through the platforms. So if you're on a platform underneath them or in the water, etc., that bone can still hit you. So they can be very troublesome for your health. There we go, you just saw the first bone. That's what they do. And killed my first owl. Almost forgot those berries. Like I said, sometimes we collect the stars just out of convenience. And there's another extra life. That one was a twofer. Don't mind that at all. So even falling down the owl attack, if you activate them, can make them very inconvenient. See, the good thing is the fruit bounces, makes it nice, because you can get multiple kills that way. As you can see, I didn't want to focus on speed for this game, I just wanted to focus on getting as many berries as possible so we had enough at the end to buy all the outfits. So right here is our first boss fight with the crow, so you want to pick up a turnip and then throw it at him when he comes charging you, like so. If you throw it early, you just waste the turnip like I showed. There's enough to kill him, and when you hit him, he turns into a state that you can't be hit, so that's very handy, so you don't have to avoid dodging him. And then once he's killed, you can get the crow achievement, which is your first victory for defeating the crow. There'll be a boss in each area, and when we go to the next area, we'll get an achievement. Not this one, the next area, but we'll get an achievement for leaving the summer area. Sadly, stars don't heal us. Would have been cool if we collected a star and got a couple of bits of health. His bone got me even though I got him. And watch this, this is the best part. See, his body didn't fall until I got back to that point in the screen. And there was a health right there, so if I hadn't got hit by the bone I would have been fine. But it can't be helped. It's a hard thing to dodge the bone. Right here is the extra health. Make sure you don't miss that. So this is the best point in the game, in my opinion, to do the jump 5. This part here on this first level. You'll see why when we get up to it. Right here. Nice and set up for you, and if you do happen to miss, you can fall down. This is why I think it's better. If you know you're gonna miss, fall down into the water, and then you can land on the ones in the water like so, and then you can push A so you don't actually touch the ground, and then land on the other one. That way if you're missing one or two, it won't matter. But it was set up perfectly with the berries to get that achievement. So this is a little bit tricky to do. You have to do it from this one here, but if you're too fast, you'll run yourself off the edge. But once you get it, you can get the heart if you need it. I wouldn't really necessarily say it's worth it unless you're down to 1 heart, but I wanted to show it anyway that it's possible. And as you can see, here's another way to get 5. You do take a bit of damage, but in case you didn't get it in the first area, you can manage it in the second part here. As I said, the wolves get very dangerous in these confined areas with their bones. Gotta be careful of those edges, they knock you back down, making jumping a little bit more difficult. Now if you hold down, you'll actually go down faster when in that water part. I was doing so well. And yet another level down. As you can see, that was all the summer levels. It'll happen when you do the winter levels as well. You get another one for that. So now we have seals, and as you can see, they move incredibly fast. I like to use the lettuce so that way gives us more protection. I did hit jump, but it didn't jump then. Sometimes the buttons, I notice, don't respond well to the inputs. There's a little bit of delay, or in some instances it doesn't recognize it at all. So just be aware that may happen. So right here we're going to come across these bears, polar bears I'm going to call them. They have a 3-throw attack, so they throw 3 times and then stop for a few seconds, and that's their opening. They can be very annoying and they can do a lot of damage, and they're throughout this level. I wanted to wait till they showed up to tell you about them. So for this level, it's one of those levels where you want to collect a few things at the start, and then you want to launch yourself off the area to the right. I was supposed to jump there, but it didn't jump. But it's fine, because you can jump here as well. And this will take you all the way to the right, avoiding all the enemies and stuff. The best way to do this level is by technically speedrunning it to a degree, and that's only just because the sheer amount of bad guys in this level. If you to go left, we do miss a lot of fruit, but like I said, we make up for it by replaying the first level, so I would rather do that in my opinion for this part. You can collect some of the fruit up there, but don't go all the way. And there's still some good hidden spots for some fruit. Now we have the boss fight. And you have to jump on his head, and if he hits you with a snowball, you die. During a boss fight though, it doesn't reset you, which is really good. So if you do lose all your hearts during a boss fight, you can still continue on. It can be quite tricky to dodge his snowballs, but he's very easy to beat. And that'll get you the Legendary Yeti achievement and finish this level. So the reason I ran through that first section was so that we could get to the second section, so that we can get the last heart we need. So again, we want to pick up the fruits and then push B near them. Yeah, you can either go back for the lattice, or you can go get the other fruit, which is back at the start of the level, right here. The choice is yours of which one you want. And then we can get the most convenient one as our last one, which is right here. And that'll give us our last heart and our achievement. Max health, healthy. Next enemy introduced is these little spiky hedgehog kind of things. They have to be stopped in a stopped position completely to be able to actually jump on them, so it's easier to use fruit on them. For this level, make sure to take the lettuce with you the whole way. There is a second lettuce, so if you lose this one, you can get the other one in the next section. But you want to take it with you the whole way because it will make the boss fight 10 times easier. So right here we have to fight an armadillo, and if you throw the lettuce on it, it makes the fight relatively easy, as you can see. No having to wait for it to stop to jump on its head, you can hit it while it's rolling. And with that, the armadillo is done, and we finished the game. That was all the desert levels completed. So now we can go to skins, scroll across to the most expensive, and then you want to start buying them. As you can see, we only have to buy the 150 and the 100 outfit left, so that just requires 2 runs, well, the 51 as well, so that just requires 2 runs of the first level. I'm not gonna speed up the footage of me doing the runs, and I'm gonna put on a cute little outfit for you. I'm gonna go with the Halloween outfit for the first run, and then for the second run I'll do one of the ones I'm gonna buy. But we want to go back to the first level, and you can speed run it very quickly while collecting all the fruit. You'll get 150 a run. You'll sometimes get a little bit more, but yeah, you'll get more or less 150 a run. The achievements for the outfits are still popping, so you'll see that throughout the run until they're stopped. And with that, we get our last skin. I'm going to get the cowboy last, so that way the cowboy is the last achievement. So you'll get the villager costume, and then as my last achievement, Wild West by the cowboy costume. And with that, that is your 1000G. Congratulations, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and thank you sometimes you for the code.